What you are about to hear is dangerous because the thing in this story is still out there, still watching, and anyone who listens long enough becomes someone it remembers. If you feel a cold breeze behind you while listening, do not turn around and do not look into any reflective surface because that is how it finds people. This story is about three friends working the night shift, but only one survived long enough to tell anyone what happened, and if you keep listening, you will understand why night shifts are never silent, never empty, and never safe. The story starts with Maya, Jordan, and Luis, three young workers who were assigned to the overnight shift at an old warehouse sitting at the edge of town where streetlights didn't reach. The company stored old appliances, dusty machines, and boxes nobody wanted to open. The place always felt too cold, even in hot weather, and every worker who stayed longer than a month complained about hearing footsteps in the aisles long after the building closed. Maya tried to ignore the strange feeling because she needed the money. Jordan kept joking to hide his fear, and Luis believed something was wrong with the building from the first day he walked in. Their shift was from midnight to 6 a.m., the darkest hours, the hours when the warehouse breathed like something alive. Their job that night was simple: scan boxes, restock small items, and clean the back aisle. But when Maya opened her scanner, the screen flickered and showed a message she had never seen before. It wasn't text, but a single image of an eye staring directly at her. She flinched and dropped the scanner. When Jordan picked it up, the screen looked normal again. Luis laughed nervously, but Maya wasn't laughing. The eye looked real, like it was aware, like it blinked at her before the screen returned to normal. She brushed it off as a glitch and kept working, but the air felt heavier around her, like something had moved closer. Around 1:38 a.m., Luis called Maya and Jordan to the far end of aisle 17. He whispered that someone was standing there. Maya and Jordan rushed over and saw the shape too. Tall, thin, almost statue still. No movements, no breathing, no sound. The figure was half hidden behind a shelf, like it was watching them. Jordan shouted at the person to leave before he called security, but the figure didn't move at all, not even a flinch. Maya used her flashlight and pointed it toward the shape. The light hit the shelf, the boxes, the floor, but the figure cast no shadow at all, like light went through it. When the flashlight beam hit its head, the figure bent backward in a slow, unnatural motion and slid behind the shelf like liquid darkness. Luis stepped back, shaking. Jordan forced himself to walk forward and check behind the shelf, but there was nothing there. No footprints, no person. Just cold air and dust. They should have left then, but they tried to pretend nothing happened. They needed the job. Later in the shift, Maya went to the small storage room to grab more cleaning wipes. When she opened the door, the room was pitch black even though the light switch was on. She stepped inside anyway, feeling the air get colder the deeper. She went. Then she heard her name whispered from the corner. Not Jordan's voice. Not Luis's voice. Something slower. Something breathing between each syllable. Yeah. She froze and didn't answer. The whisper came again, but this time closer, like the speaker had moved across the room without footsteps. Yeah, turn around. She ran out of the room and slammed the door. Jordan and Luis came running when they heard the sound. Maya told them what she heard. Jordan tried to open the door again, but suddenly the inside light was working. Nothing looked wrong. He thought Maya was imagining things, but Luis believed her. He admitted he had heard someone whisper his name in the bathroom earlier, but didn't say anything because he didn't want to scare them. Now all three knew something was inside the warehouse with them. At 3:12 a.m., they gathered near the center of the warehouse trying to plan what to do next. That was when they heard footsteps on the metal walkway above them. Slow, heavy, dragging. The walkway shook softly with each step, as if something weightless but strong was crossing it. They looked up, but the walkway was empty. No person, no shadow, no movement. Yet the footsteps kept moving until they stopped directly above Maya. She held her breath. Jordan called out again, telling whoever it was to come down. No reply. Then the footsteps suddenly started running, fast, pounding across the walkway until they reached the far end where no exits existed. When Maya looked away for 1 second and glanced back up, something was standing at the railing. Something tall, something with limbs too long to belong to anything human. It leaned over the railing and stared down at them with pale, glowing eyes. Its mouth stretched open, wider than a person's mouth should, no sound coming out, but the shape looked like it was screaming silently. The three friends ran toward the exit door, but it refused to open no matter how hard they pushed. Something was trapping them inside the warehouse. With the exit locked, they ran for the security office. Jordan took the lead because he had the keys. As they ran through the aisles, the overhead lights started shutting off behind them one by one. First one aisle, then the next. Darkness chased them like a living thing. Maya screamed for Jordan to run faster. Luis tripped and Maya helped him up, but the darkness was seconds away from swallowing them. When they finally reached the security office and slammed the door shut, the last light in the warehouse went out. The entire building fell silent and black. Only the small emergency lamp inside the office kept them from total darkness. Jordan grabbed the office phone to call for help, but the phone lines were dead. Luis tried the radio, dead. Maya checked the security cameras. Every camera showed static except camera 6, the one aimed at aisle 17. The screen flickered, and then they all saw it. The tall figure standing in the aisle, staring at the camera, not moving, just breathing slowly, fogging the lens even though it was far away. Then the figure tilted its head, like it sensed them watching. The screen went black.